All right, here we go on the economy. Jobs number is out for July. Employers are cutting 23,000 jobs last night. That's well below the number. We were expecting to add about 80,000. Unemployment rate did drop lower, 4.1%. Let's get a take on that now from the White House. Kevin Hassett, National Economic Council Director. Sir, good day to you, and thank you for coming back here.
Great to be here.
Just give me how do you read it? Strength, weakness, go.
Yeah, so the strength is what we've seen before: construction workers, manufacturing workers, and so on. The weakness in this number were really just two things: government workers and a sort of rebound from all the employment we got from the World Cup, because the World Cup was ending. And so if you throw out the World Cup and the government workers, we actually had a number that was about plus 100,000, which is about what we expected given that the unemployment rate went down. And there's so many other factors like manufacturing booming, capital spending booming, real wages growing for the typical manufacturing worker, almost $4,000 since President Trump took office after adjusting for inflation. So there's all these strong numbers out there. And I think that we have to look through the special factors when we're trying to judge this number.
Okay, all right, let's go ahead and dive in. First, on artificial intelligence, impact on jobs. Is it happening or is it overrated? Your view on that right now from this number.
Right, well, what's happening right now is that we're seeing that firms that use AI are outperforming the competition and bringing in new jobs because their sales are going up so much. I think in the long run, there's a legitimate concern that AI might make it so that your job or my job is obsolete. And what we're doing at the White House is studying that matter very closely. We've had a large group of people together who are thinking about the long run labor force trends that are impacted by AI. But right now, what's going on is that as you see the booming stock market, because firms are booming because they're improving what they do with AI, and that's what the near term effect is.
Okay, is it taking jobs, Kevin?
Not at this moment, no.
Okay. Participation, is that an issue of people dropping out as we went to 4.1%?
There's a little bit of participation weakness, but most of that really comes from two things. Thing one is that the baby boomers are retiring now. We're sort of in a demographic phase where there'll be less labor force participation, and that'll keep on going for a good long time. And what that means is that when you look at the jobs number, the top line payroll number, then what you need to make the unemployment rate not go up is a smaller and smaller number of jobs. Say 3 or 4 years ago, if we had a number below around 120 or 130,000, that meant the unemployment rate would go up. Right now, the break-even point for unemployment is about 40,000 because labor force participation is declining. And of course, the other thing is our tight border policy, so we don't have all these foreign illegal workers stampeding into the economy, and that used to also show up as inflated job
Okay, whether here, okay, that to the side. West Texas now is pushing up about 77, has been bopping around throughout the week, but it's been pretty much in the 70s so far. If you look at national gas price, now it's 404, a week ago 410, a month ago 379. A year ago, you'd take 316 today. What role is the Iran conflict playing in our economy right now, Kevin?
Oh, it's definitely increasing energy prices some. And that's something that's a temporary phenomenon. As soon as this thing is resolved, then of course things will go back. In fact, production has gone up by so much that we expect the energy prices are going to drop way below where they were below the conflict once the conflict is over. The bottom line is that in these summer months where people are driving a lot, gas prices are higher. But wages are higher too, and if you net out inflation against wages, the real wages have been growing despite this shock, which means real wages are going to be through the roof once the shock is over.
Okay, so here's something that was kind of curious. Wall Street Journal this week with the Fed chair. Trump has called Kevin Warsh repeatedly since he became Fed chair. President sought Warsh's counsel on issues such as how the war in Iran is affecting the economy. Shed some light on their relationship. He was the president's pick, after all.
Right, sure. No, and in fact, Kevin and the president have been friends for a long time. And Kevin is somebody who everybody in the White House has relied upon for sage advice when there's something, hey, I saw this, what do you think about that? What would you think about the jobs report today? Should I worry about the negative number, or should I throw out the hospitality workers and the government workers? That's the kind of stuff that we've all been talking to Kevin Warsh about for decades. And so Whether the president is talking to Kevin or not, I can't confirm or deny because I'm not sitting there with the president's phone. But I can say that he's been talking to Kevin Warsh for decades, so that's one reason why he's confident that he's such a good pick.
As of today, do you think they raise rates in September 15th, month and a half before the election? What do you think?
We respect the independence of the Fed, but certainly this number takes a lot of pressure off of them to do that.
Kevin Hassett, thanks for your time.
Thanks, Bill. Great to be here.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.